Hi, this is Lee, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about a book I've been reading called The 8-Hour Diet. Here's actually what it looks like. A lot of times I like to kind of try diets a little bit and just kind of see what's out there and see what works and see what doesn't work. I've got my Irish tuxedo on today, if you can see it. I've got a beer in each hand here, lots of foam. And this was an interesting diet. I actually did this for a while, drove my wife crazy. She could be insane right now for all we know, but and it's an interesting diet. It's a good book. The writers are very confident that this sort of thing will work for you, and I just wanted to talk about the upsides and kind of the downsides. It does offer a fasting kind of a diet, where after you're finished eating at, say, 6 o'clock at night, you don't eat anything until you wake up the next morning, roughly at about 10 o'clock. So you're not going to eat anything during those hours. And, psychologically, the way our culture is here in the U.S., we are bombarded with advertisements of things to eat, snacks to have, embedded in our TV watching, our Hulu watching, internet, trolling or surfing, and it's a really hard way to go because when you get in this fast, for one, you should lose weight. I lost a few pounds quite rapidly, and it also taught me a little bit about the way I think and my dependence on food. And that's very important to realize, that you're an organism that has been programmed, not that you need it, but you've been programmed to eat every 2 or 3 hours. You're the one who decides when you eat, not the other way around. And another thing, one of the downsides the 8-hour diet does not talk about is that you are going to have an amazing headache when you wake up, because your body is running off of a fuel that it's not yet used to. You've burned a lot of your carbs already during your sleep. Your body's already on a natural fast. So I got my wife to try this, and man, she started texting me immediately because she stays very busy. She's a preschool teacher, and she had these amazing headaches, and it wasn't from lack of caffeine or anything like that. The book actually, 8-Hour Diet, actually encourages you to have just a cup of black coffee, because when the carbs are depleted, you start burning other things. You start burning fuel from fat and different things, and that's how you lose weight. It also encourages you to exercise. Say you get up at 6 o'clock, in between that 6 and 10 a.m. period, it gives you a set of exercises you can try. Maybe they're 8 hour in length. I already work out quite a bit, so wasn't too worried about that portion, and I could do some yoga or some different things, stretch out, kind of to get that metabolism burner going. It's a good diet. I mean, you can follow it from Monday through Friday, something like that. The only downsides are some of the headaches are amazing. You're going to see how much you've been entrained to just eat right away or have a cup of coffee right away when you awaken in the morning. That's good for you to learn, and good for you to know that how dependent we are on food, maybe more than what we should be, obviously with some of the health reports and different things. So, I want to encourage you to pick this book up. It's definitely a good read. And I'm practicing a portion of it. I can't do the whole fast, but I don't eat anything past 6 o'clock, and my wife makes incredible meals. She's vegan, I'm vegetarian / part-time vegan. I'm lowering the dairy and all the things, something you might consider. But, share this review of this book, like my page, my website, LeeFranksmarketing.com. Not sure what we're going to do there. We might start posting some health stuff. Mostly it's a Branson site. So, but check this book out. It's written by David Zinko, and he's the editor-in-chief of Men's Health. A lot of research went into this book. They actually interview, doctors and different people who've been on this. And there is some fasting involved. So, of course, nothing should ever, go in lieu of great medical attention and questions to your doctor and permissions from your doctor to do this. And this video obviously isn't an exchange for that. That's my disclaimer. This isn't an exchange of information that you should probably be talking to your doctor about. Some people on different medications can't fast, and I kind of wish the 8-hour diet would talk a little more about that, but please leave your comments and let me know what you think. If there's a diet you might want to see me try, I'm all for finding the best way to eat. And I'm going to have some stuff on vegetarianism. I haven't had any meat since January the 8th, maybe, of 2013, and there's been some incredible results, so I'll talk a little bit about that as well. Hope you guys are blessed, and have a great day. This is going to be my newest concept for the 8-hour diet. I really believe in this diet because here's a good example. Just got off vacation, was 238 pounds, okay? Haven't been 250 for a long time simply because I'm doing the 8-hour diet. I've cut the soda. I've cut all these things, and I have put on a little bit of muscle because I've been doing a special workout, which I'll share that with you guys on here as well. Over 40, probably fixing to be 44, who knows? But just really excited about this diet because it gives you mental, for lack of a better word, mental power. When you know that you can go in and start this thing at 10 o'clock every day, finish it up at 8, and in those parentheses, eat what you need to get by. And I've actually got a new section to it, which I needed to put on my blog, on Blogger, where the first 2 hours of every day, because I'm vegetarian, I get my B12, I get my B6, and I eat items that are going to give that to me. Sometimes I'll do the low carb, and the pounds start to drop. This morning I got up and weighed myself, and I was 235 pounds. And I was straight up 238 pounds after my vacation, which ended Sunday, and today is Thursday. So who can drop 3 pounds in 3 days? I don't know any diet that does that except one where you starve yourself. So this is called 8-hour diet street edition because you got to get down and you got to get dirty on this fat, and you got to watch what's going on. So the first step is to weigh yourself, and weigh yourself in the morning and weigh yourself at night, because when you mentally get around what your body does and what it doesn't, you can take a lot of the frustration out. A lot of people get emotional and they're like, oh my word, I've put on 15 pounds or 10 pounds or even 2 to 5 pounds. And it drives people a little crazy. And I understand why, because when you can't fit in your jeans, you can't put that shirt on, you can't put that item on that makes you look fantastic, you get frustrated. So this is called 8-hour diet street edition because I've been using it for so long now, and my other videos on the 8-hour diet have done so well on YouTube. People they're using it to lose weight. So if you have a story here that's helping you lose weight, go for it, because the comments where people come in and talk about the way I look and all that stuff, it's irrelevant. Don't even hear it, folks. Go in and try this diet and lose weight. So step 1, put nutrients in your body that are going to make you feel good, because you're only eating between 10 and 8, So 12 and 8, 10 and 6. I do 10 and 8. It's really not 8 hours. It's 10 hours, but, you can do 10 to 6. Know in your mind around 6 o'clock you're starting to wind down. But the thing is, if you're not eating overnight, your body goes into fast mode, and you start burning that fat off. It's great for diabetes, stroke, heart disease. And my theory is it's because you're burning those extra carbs out of there. You're burning the carbs out. So I've used that as my core. Now I'm adding the vitamins in. I work out still 3 times a week, which I need to do another video and talk about what I learned working out 3 times a week for 3 years and how I had to change my workout up. What I learned from being a vegetarian and not getting enough B12. What I learned when I started back on meat as opposed to not eating it, which is when I get back off vacation, I don't eat any meat whatsoever. And I love having that mental control to say, I'm not going to eat that. And when you get into that zone with your mind where you can say, I want this or I don't want that, life starts to change, folks. So that's why I've renamed this the 8-Hour Diet Street Edition, and I hope you get my meaning. But the first thing is, when you get up in the morning, eat healthy nutrients after 10 o'clock. Sure, your mind's going to tell you, hey, this isn't comfortable, I don't like this. That's because you're burning that fat out of your body. You know, I've been about 233 pounds for over 2 or 3 years now. I was 250 pounds, okay? And you get all that stuff. You feel guilty, and you're like, man, I just went to Applebee's and we tore it up. I had a steak and a baked potato and all this. And when you're looking at that scale and you're 250 pounds, man, don't think your emotions aren't going to dump into your bloodstream and you're going to be like, wow. Get on this diet, and the main thing to take away from it is that mental control to say no. I'm not saying I always say no between 10 and 6 or 12 and 8, but I love the power of beginning to feel that, hey, I don't have to have it if I don't want it. I'm drinking a drink right now. You might be able to see the item there. And I've managed to lose weight drinking one of those, but I did cut out the whipped cream that's all over the top. And I don't have one of those every day, but I was, running by Starbucks, and that arm came out of nowhere and drugged me in the store. Was not my fault. So anyway, feeling really good still about the 8-Hour Diet. It has stood the test of time. So the first thing in the morning, fill yourself with good nutrients and just focus on that until lunchtime and say, hey, I got this. Maybe throw a snack in there where you eat some cheese or some protein, just to tide you over. Or, at 2 o'clock every day I do a can of tuna. And, try to work out 3 times a week. The cool thing is it gets easier, folks. The more you work out, the easier it gets on your mind, and suddenly the habit is you don't even have to think about it anymore. So that's the way I've done it, keeping 17 pounds off of my body. I was having issues of high blood pressure, maybe some heart palpitations. I was thinking I was going to be pre-diabetic. And the only thing I missed the boat on being a vegetarian is I wasn't getting enough B12. And that changes you a bit, and I'll do a video on that as well. But get out there and lose some weight. 8-Hour Diet, Street Edition.